Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Otnet Drop Flips, which is Ford Pinto spelled backwards. If you're new to the channel, my name's Richard. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay, where I go to garage sales and thrift stores and occasionally online auctions. I take those undervalued items that I find and I sell them on eBay for a profit. Today's going to be a little bit different video. Normally, on my What Sold videos, I'm going through and picking out items, letting you know what I paid for the item, where I sourced the item from. This is a week-long video, and so I'm going to go ahead and do it right from here. I'll show up comps on the screen, probably up here somewhere. But as a part-time reseller, I have a regular job, and my regular job required a lot of my effort. And so the main thing, I wasn't even worried about filming, but as an eBay reseller, you have to still make sure you get those items out and shipped. So today, it's going to be a week-long video. We've got 12 orders going out for $661.51. So let's jump in and see what's sold. First item we have going out is a set of 4 copper-plated stainless steel double-wall tumblers. They were 20 ounces, so I put them as a set of 4. I also put in the title Man Cave. Sometimes those little keywords do help with selling an item. Picked these up at one of the local thrift stores here in town for $4. These sold for $36.51, and the buyer did pay $15.10 in shipping. Also, too, I got positive feedback from the buyer. Next thing going out, this is an item that I had listed incorrectly in my store, probably for well over a couple years. Buyer came in and was looking for a 71, and I'd listed a 71 and a 69 Mustang license plate frame, but they both had 71 in the pictures. The buyer asked me, he says, is it 69 or 71? I knew I had one of each, didn't realize he'd already purchased a 71 and was looking at the 69. I told him it was a 71, what the picture shows. And then when I went and pulled the order, I realized the mistake. I contacted the buyer right away, explained what had happened. He said, not a problem, just cancel the one, but he still wants the 71. So what I ended up doing is pulling out the 69, retaking photos, editing the listing, and then this one sold probably within a month. So this is a vintage 1969 Ford Mustang metal license plate frame, and it also had the Ford logo on it. I picked this up on HiBid many years ago when I picked up a bunch of license plates, and it had license plates frames as well with it. Most of those have sold off. I think this might be the last, or maybe I might have 1 or 2 left. So I'd say cost of goods into this is probably about $1. This sold for $33.14, and it did go free shipping. So as I've said before, I normally don't do free shipping anymore, but some of my older listings, I guess you can call me lazy. I just don't want to go back through and mess with all of those. I'm just like, if they sell and I make just a little bit of money on them, I'm okay with that, just to move the older stuff out of the store. Next item going out, this is a Rawlings Sandlot baseball glove. It was 12.5 inches. Now this item did get returned back to me once, and I think the confusion was on the buyer, but I wouldn't refund them back the cost of the item once I got it back, and the shipping cost. I had put in their left hand throw, new with tags, and obviously he was looking for a right-handed throw, and so I thought I made a mistake in the listing. I went and looked this back up again, and I listed it correctly, but I'd already refunded back the buyer the shipping cost. Had that happen again, and it was the buyer's mistake, because even on the tag it said left-handed throw. I'll be a lot more careful next time when I get the return back and refund the buyer, because I don't have free returns. I know a lot of eBay resellers out there do. I don't. It's on the buyer to return the item and pay for the shipping. Now, if it's a mistake I made in the listing, then I do feel obligated that I do need to refund the shipping back to the buyer. And that's happened a few times, but in this particular case, it didn't. Now, I bought this at the local thrift store. I'm into it for just $1. This sold for $34.67, and the buyer is paying $10.80 in shipping. Now, this next item, this is a vintage Westby bread and dough machine maker. It was model 41073. It was white with the manual. Don't know much about bread machines. I looked at it, cleaned it all up. To me, it looked like all the parts were there, but when the buyer received the item, said that there was missing pieces, and she took pictures. I went back and looked, and I was all like, yes, that's my mistake. And probably should have had them send the item back, but I was all like, that was a big item. The shipping cost was a little bit high. I figured, why have to eat the shipping cost again? So I just decided I told the buyer, I said, go ahead and keep it, throw it away, whatever you want to do with it, and I'll give you a full refund. I ended up giving them a full refund. I picked this up at the thrift store for $3. That was another reason why I decided to go ahead and refund the buyer back. This sold for $56.92, and the buyer did pay $21.45 in shipping. So, yeah, did eat a little bit of cost, but cost of goods is not that much. So all I'm out is basically the cost of the goods and the shipping. Let me comment down below. How would you have handled that? Next item going out, this is a new in box metal breast pump in style authentic advanced tubing tube. Was a number on it. This was an RA item. I had picked it up for $1.80 on Walmart clearance. This sold for $14.20, and the buyer did pay $5.55 in shipping. Now, I'm going to break away from the video of what sold. Received some stuff from a buddy of mine. You know him, Kevin, Commonwealth picker. This is an item I've had sitting in here for a while, and I completely forgot about it. So we'll go ahead and open this up. I know what these are. These are the number 3 Inaman. So I went and ordered 2 of them. Oh, he fell down. And also inside, he gave me all the rest of the stuff, the stickers. Kevin, quit sending me stickers. I have so many stickers already. So, like I said, I've had these for a while. I do have the original Inaman would get things moving. Come over here. And I also have the number 2. So, not sure if these are 100% guaranteed, but they do get things moving out of your eBay store. So, Kevin, thank you very much. Next thing I received from Kevin in the mail is, if you know Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, and you watch his channel, he, every year with his daughter, they do like a limited edition Christmas ornaments. Now, I usually have 2 Christmas trees set up. I have one set up in my eBay store, and then obviously I have one set upstairs. This year's Christmas ornament is Sophie. And on the back, it says, Merry Christmas 2024 CWP. Reagan signs each one of these, and this one's number 3. Let's jump back into the sales and see what else went out. Next item, this is a Quartz digital clock by Time Images. It was vintage, and so I put vintage. Now, there's a mistake in the listing. It says DUK. It was supposed to say duck picture. It's probably why it took so long to sell the item. But this is an item that I had on hand and listed it when I first started reselling. So it's been in the store quite a long time. So I was glad to see this thing moving out. This sold for $18.65 and the buyer did pay $15.35 in shipping. Now this next item, this was a pretty good item. This is Ultima 9 Ascension Limited Edition. I did put cloth map, big box PC, and I put 1999 in the title. Picked up box of video games from my local thrift store. And if I remember correctly, I believe it had like 7 or 8. Some were worth some money. So, I knew some were worth some money and some were probably lower end ones. I just picked up the whole entire box for $15. This sold for $46.95 and the buyer did pay $11.60 in shipping. Next item going out, this is Monster Cable Camcorder to TV/VCR AV receiver. High performance cable. It was new in the packaging. Paid $2 at one of the local thrift stores here in town. This sold for $15.62 and it did go free shipping. Now this next item went out garage selling when here in my small town they had the citywide garage sale. One garage sale had a bunch of the cordless tool battery chargers all in a box. And so I made a deal because I think they had $3 or $4 for each of them. I think there was 8 or 9 of them. I said, if I bought them all, would you sell them to me for $2? You gotta be careful with sometimes because some of those chargers don't work. So that's why you always gotta make sure you get the price down. But when you lot them up like that, they're more willing to negotiate. She agreed, so got them all. This was a Milwaukee 48-59-1812 M18 and M12 multi-volt battery charger. So cost of goods is $2. This sold for $16.96 and the buyer did pay $12.95 in shipping. Next item, probably something I've been sitting on a little while, but I bought a complete stack of them. These were vintage Looney Tunes Tweety Bird party supply bags. I lotted 4 of them together, paid $1 for the entire stack. So I had multi-quantity listings on this. This buyer came in and bought 2 lots of them, so a total of 8 packages. Buyer paid $22.02 and they did pay $6.55 in shipping. Okay, we're coming up. We have just 2 more orders going out. This next item, this is Lifelike Straight HO Scale Train Track. It was number 8609, had total of 3 tracks in it. And I put individual pieces, new old stock. Picked this up at local thrift store. They had a bunch of train stuff. We've pretty much sold most of it off already and we're well into the profit. The whole entire box paid $3 for. So that's another thing you want to look out for is if you can get HO scale, even in scale, but more likely you'll find HO scale out there. If you can get it cheap enough, even used, that stuff sells. Now this didn't sell for much. This sold for $5.91 and the buyer did pay $5.90 in shipping. Now this last item going out, this is a really, really good item. I did sit on it for a while. This is a SVAT hands-free video door phone intercom system and night vision security camera. Believe it or not, I picked this up at a local thrift store for $3. A lot of times, especially in smaller towns like mine, they see some of this older stuff and so they think it's outdated, it's not really worth anything. So they just throw whatever price on it. So I picked it up for $3. I knew I could make something on it. But when I got home and looked up the comps on this, I was blown away. This sold for $201.99 and the buyer did pay $16.35 in shipping. So if you stuck it out this long, I want to thank you. If you like this format, let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Maybe I might do this once a month or something like that. But if you did stick around, so I want to thank everybody for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Really helps the channel, supports it. Also, if you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Either way, it looks at it that people looked at it and commented on the video. And if you're not currently a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. If you also hit that bell notification, you'll be notified the next time I do a video. So a little behind on videos. I do have some more coming up. So hopefully within a couple days, I'll get another one out there for you to watch. Again, if you want to help support the channel, I also have affiliate links down, and I put them in the description of the video. They're Amazon links to the products that I use here in my eBay store for shipping. Like this listing board right here. This is just a stick-on to the wall whiteboard eraser. I went with this is because I can easily clean this with Windex, and it makes it a lot easier. Also too, if you're new to reselling, this is definitely an item you want to invest in. This is what they call a box resizer. What that does is it resizes the box down, so that way you don't have to put so much void fill packing material inside with the product if the box is way too big. Also too, I want to check out my go-to tape, which is Joel, which is American Bubble Boy. I don't have an affiliate link to the my go-to tape, but I do have an affiliate link down below for the bubble wrap. Doesn't cost you anything extra, whether you use my Amazon affiliate links, and you don't have to necessarily buy the product that I'm looking. But if you go through my affiliate links, I get a little kickback, helps support the channel, allows me to do more videos like this, the items that I'm picking up, so that way I can share with you what I picked up, what I paid for the item, and what the item sold for. So until next time, keep picking.